Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The return of retro wrestling. What's up, everybody?
That's right, baby.
How you doing tonight, Brother Martin? You are all listening to the Retro Wrestling Revival, watching the Retro Wrestling Revival. How is everybody tonight? Brother Martin, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, my friend.
Are you the cult of personality?
I am, and I gotta say this right now, okay? Like, we are getting ready for this.
And see hot wrestling action coming.
Hot wrestling action tonight. And the thing is that you talk about earth-shattering news, like with what's been going on, like with like the world of professional wrestling. Me and John, we will address that within our radio show this week. And we thought, John, we would escape this topic, but it seems like something. It's kind of like a bad case of herpes. It just keeps flaring up. But you know what, guys, make sure to check out our radio show on Saturday and Sunday to hear our reaction with CM Punk's return, guys. It's going to be awesome. But tonight, we're going to go back old school, if you will. And it's part one with Bash at the Beach, man. Now, John, brother, now are you ready to do some bashing right at the beach?
It's almost December, and we're bashing at the beach right here on the Retro Wrestling Revival. That's how you get quality service here.
You got your floaties?
I don't need them anymore. I learned how to swim finally this summer.
Awesome!
Yeah, they threw me out in the middle of the ocean, and they told me to swim back to shore or die, so I decided to learn.
Did Kamala teach you?
He did. Him and the Slickster came out.
That's so nice of them.
Jam up, guys. Jam up, guys, I'm telling you. But we got a good show tonight. It'll be a fun show tonight. Great to see everybody out. What's going on, Daniel? What's going on, Jeremy? Jeremy says, what's up? Daniel says, I've seen the card for this episode, and the only hot wrestling action would be if they turned the air off in the arena.
Oh my goodness. But this is the thing, guys, is that speaking of hot wrestling action, what I'm going to do, because I just got something the other day, which I consider it the best item that I've ever gotten for like my wrestling collection, because you guys know, like me, John, Daniel, like the whole crew, we love things like autographs, figures, shirts, you name it. But I gotta say, John, the other day I found something that I consider the greatest part of my collection, and I got it for $7. Do you know what that is?
It's a Dusty Rhodes autograph, baby.
Dusty Rhodes autograph, baby, and for $7. Sweetie, no, I didn't.
Oh.
But no, but $7, ladies and gentlemen, at which at like a local flea market here in Surfside. And the thing is that John, you even looked up like the prices on this, and which I could technically resell it for what, like $400.
Some of them go for between $300 and $400. So, well,
But
you have to figure this: you're never going to get a Dusty autograph again unless it's already out there.
That's true, and
There's
the
only so
thing,
many in circulation.
yep, and the thing is that you know how much I love Dusty, so this will never be sold. So
no, that's a good one. That's a good one to grab with the American Dream, baby.
Speaking of things being sold because of like a CM Punk, which I got something at work earlier, and that is a throwback LJ and CM Punk figure.
Oh,
and now this one, which I'm willing to sell. So if anybody wants to buy it, just give me just throw out a offer, and we could talk cheese. So like I'm just telling you guys,
you'll be the cult of personality.
That's right, because I'm not the biggest fan of Punk. So, but I got that for free. So
Daniel says $7 gets you the Rock's production company, if you will.
If you will, baby. So what do we got on the docket?
Well, this card aired on July 13th, 1997 from Daytona Beach, Florida. So they would do these in Daytona Beach every year, which I'll be honest with you, I love Daytona Beach. I think it's an awesome city. I vacationed there a few times. It's a great place.
Okay, let's roll back the onion here. Like, let's just be honest. Before you were with your wife, you and Marge would go down to Daytona Beach.
She's a babe.
You guys had some great memories, man.
Bro, she looked good in those bikinis.
She did, like that big one piece with like the bathing cap. Oh my!
I'd have to throw about SPF 200 sunblock on her old ass, but it was okay. It was worth it.
That's what I'm talking about, brother.
Daniel says the LJNs are tremendous for hurting people with, and Jeremy says mail me the Punk figure for Christmas, if you will. And Daniel says Daytona was the birthplace of the NWO. Daytona can do no wrong.
You know what, Jeremy, brother? Yes, I will. Okay.
There you go.
You message me your address, and I'll send it to you.
It's Christmas in November, baby. It's coming. I like it here,
baby.
Well, here's the card for tonight. As Daniel said, the first part of this show is less than stellar in regards to the star appeal, but the matches, few of them I think could be pretty good. At least two of these four that we're going to do tonight. The first match I have zero faith in, and it's going to be Mortis in Wrath versus Glacier and Ernest Miller. I cannot call my bathroom break early in the show tonight, so I will be stuck watching this. Every time Glacier comes on, I always go take my my proverbial piss break of the show for about 5 minutes, so I don't have to watch the match because I know it'll be over by then. Okay. So, but I'm not going to get that luxury tonight. So Mortis and Wrath is our opener versus Ernest Miller and Glacier. The next match should be fun. It's for the WCW Cruiserweight title. It is Chris Jericho versus the Ultimo Dragon.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
So that should be a good one. I don't know about this next match. It could be fun. It could be a train wreck. Who knows? The Steiner brothers are taking on the Great Muta and Masahiro Chono. So,
very nice.
Could be good. Could be bad. I don't know. And the last match we'll watch on the first half tonight is going to be, this should be a fun match. It's a 6-man luchador match. It's going to be Juventud Guerrera, Héctor Garza, and Lizmark Jr., and they're going to be taking on La Parka, Psicosis, and Villano 4 in a 6-man match.
Where's Villano 6 at?
He had visa problems at this juncture of his career, so he was working out some visa issues.
I knew it.
Daniel says, Jeremy says, thanks, bro. Daniel said, Marge passed on being Miss NWO because it was not fair to the rest of the ladies.
Straight up, it's not. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not.
Daniel says the Steiners match is going to be brought to you by Latex Freaks. Get all your fetish needs by them.
That's what I'm talking about right there, and which I'm trying to sign into Peacock right now. So hold on.
You're fine. Take your time. We'll shoot the shit. We'll shoot at that a little bit before while you get hooked up here.
Okay, just really quick. What was your reaction to Randy Orton's return? Because like we're going to talk about Punk on the other show, but like with Randy Orton, like I
loved it. I love Randy Orton. Randy Orton is just tremendous as a character to me. He's tremendous as a performer. He's one of the most underappreciated wrestlers of the last 20 years.
Oh yeah, like without a shadow of a doubt, I feel like I think when it's all said and done, Randy will go down as one of the greatest ever.
He says he's going to do another 10 years. We'll see if that happens. So it was great to
Oh,
see him out. I mean, he looked a little gassed in the match, pretty
he
fast.
did.
So I think he had a little bit of ring rust and an adrenaline dump maybe after he came out. But
Yeah.
he looked to be having a blast. He looked like he was having a really fun time out there. It was really nice to see. I love Randy, man. I think he's just awesome. And I hope he sticks around for a long time because Randy Orton, legend of the business.
Oh yeah. And like the thing is that Randy is one of the straight up with our generation. He's one of like the last major stars in my opinion. Okay, sure. Because like the thing is that not saying that Roman Reigns he's not a star or like a few other people, but there's very few people that were as well. How do I say this? How many people can you think of that are as naturally gifted as Randy? I mean, just
agreed. He has natural charisma. He has natural talent. He has natural skills that a lot of people would have to work a lifetime just to be half as good as him. So he's got a lot of natural skills. Daniel says Orton's RKO and Rhea is going to be the biggest pop imaginable. I can't wait to see that. Yes. And Jeremy said the Creed brothers just pinned DIY, New Day, and Imperium in a tag team turmoil match. I really like those Creed brothers. You showed me them, Jeremy, and sent me and told me to check them out and look them up on YouTube. And I watched them. They're really good. They're really good, man. That's a really good tag team. So this kid's got a bright future. And, it's nice to see WWE doing some good stuff in their tag division a little bit because I think you got a lot of undervalued teams that are there, like the DIYs, the Creed brothers, New Day, Imperium, all those different ones. There's a lot of different things they could do. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think they had a really good show, but we'll talk about it more this weekend on the radio show. Yes, you got it loaded up, buddy.
Yes, sir, I do. We're ready to rock and roll.
All right. If you guys want to watch along with us, we're going to watch Bash at the Beach 1997. You can find it right on the Peacock Network. And if you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, live later on, whenever you're checking it out, if you could please like the video, make sure you like and follow the page on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe on it, please. We would greatly appreciate that. Hit that bell and notification. And feel free to drop your comments in there. We'd love to hear what you think about some of the stuff we're talking about or anything in general. So
you talk about comments, man. We got some hot takes.
CM Punk is a guy that definitely invokes a reaction from people, and our Facebook page and post this last weekend was that right there.
That and Ryback.
Fuck Ryback. Fuck that guy. Wonder if Rockabilly is watching. Rockabilly.
He's a potential Hall of Famer this year.
Oh yeah, it could be. Let's get Bash at the Beach started, folks. Bash at the Beach 97. Chris, you ready?
Let's rock and roll, brother.
All right, we're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's rock and roll. So we got...
Oh, Jesus, the Giants kicking it off with a promo here. Give me cigarettes! Truckloads! They're showing the stuff that they've done to Luger and the Giants, spray painting them, beating them down. And this is going to lead to some big things for Lex Luger in just a matter of about 3 weeks from now.
I can't wait.
Look at that trash when they littered that trash on that Nitro. Or that ring with trash. Insane. Not just Ryback, Daniel says, the Ryback.
What's your timestamp again? I'm sorry.
Timestamp is 40 seconds.
All right. Let me know when everybody queued to 49.
Okay. I will be there in 3, 2, 1 now.
All right. Perfect. Okay.
It's a little auditorium in Daytona Beach there, though. Look how small that is.
Do you think that AEW could sell that out?
I do. I think they could sell this out. This looks to hold maybe 4,000 or 5,000 people in this one, if I was to take a guess.
But honestly, they make it look good.
They do make it look great. Let's see the attendance of this.
Yes, and which I'm happy because I got a brand new laptop, so like I can it's all nice and pretty, if you will. I got a brand new cell phone this week. I got a brand new laptop, and
you Black Friday and that shit out, man.
Oh, brother, the thing is that like you work hard, you bust your ass, you need to reward yourself every once in a while. So
amen to that. All right, so here's a little bit of information here. So Bash at the Beach 1997 did a 1.01 buy rate on pay-per-view, which is very good. So very, very good buy rate for Bash at the Beach. In attendance here, this is surprising, Chris. 7,851 people in attendance here.
Yeah, that looks that's really good, actually.
Yeah, it was a step down from the year before when they did it there. They had 8,300 the year before. So a little bit of a step down, but the buy rate's way up here because the year before the buy rate was 0.70 for 96. Yeah. The buy rate here is a 1.01. So very, very big jump here for that.
So
to put this in context, the next year in 98, Bash of the Beach, they went out to San Diego. Attendance was about a little over 10,000. They did a 1.4 buy rate the next year. Then the year after that, listen to this dump right here, Chris.
What's that?
99 Bash of the Beach did a 0.39 buy rate.
Yeah, you could tell the company was circling the drain at that time.
Yeah. 2000, the last Bash of the Beach ever, 0.26. They went back to Daytona. They went the year before, they were in Fort Lauderdale, even at that low buy rate. They did attendance of 13,624 in 1999. Then they went back to Daytona Beach in 2000 to this same place that they're at right now. Attendance was 6,572 with a buy rate of 0.26. So literally in a 3-year time frame, they went from a 1.01 all the way down to the 0.26, and attendance was 1,300 people less. Tremendous difference, huh?
Yeah, a big difference. And which I'll be honest with you guys, I know the year 2000 was a massive dumpster fire for World Championship Wrestling, but Bash of the Beach 2000 was actually my favorite show from that year for World Championship Wrestling.
Interesting.
Well, and mainly because of Booker T winning the World Heavyweight title for the first time.
Makes sense.
And
Daniel says the Giant is going through withdrawal with how wide his eyes were.
Oh yeah, he is.
I went to Bash of the Beach set, gonna set it up in my house. I'm with you, Daniel. That'd be fun. Dusty saw those Hawaiian shirts and said, "No way, Daddy.
No way, Daddy.
This match right here is not why this show got any buy rate."
I agree 1,000%. And the thing is that man, I can't wait for our discussion on our show, like with CM Punk, with the review of Survivor Series. It's gonna be fun, man. With our predictions, would you say that we were good, bad, off? What do you think?
I think some things we did well on.
Okay.
I think we did well on predicting some of it, but
yeah,
I don't know. We talked off air. I'll just say that we talked off air, and me and you both were pretty much in agreement off air after we taped last week when the Punk chatter was going on. What was I text messaging you guys in our our group messages and our messages and stuff in Messenger? I was telling you the night before, if you remember, that I would bring CM Punk back in the match. I would have had him cost somebody their spot and gotten in there, and it would have set it up, but I was telling you the night before, and you could attest that I'm not bullshitting this, and Daniel could too, and I think Jeremy could as well, that I said bring Punk there. The one thing we were wrong on, though, is Cody had no moonsault. So, yeah, Daniel called it right there. There you go. No Cody moonsault. We missed on that one big time.
Huh. And one thing, like my wife, she pointed out, was the pyro from Cody was disappointing.
His pyro sucked.
It did.
He got nothing. It was like a dud.
I mean,
so we were wrong on 2 Cody predictions. Pyro was one of them. I went back and listened to the show last night.
Yeah.
From it when it was airing. I listened to one of them this weekend. I didn't get a chance to listen to the other, and we definitely missed.
They're on the way.
So
and the Miz and like Gunther match, which I think honestly they missed a big opportunity with the Miz. And essentially, the storyline was like the nerd versus the bully, right?
Yep.
So essentially the bully beat the crap out of the nerd and said, haha, you suck. It's okay for you to still be picked on. So,
we'll talk about it on the show this weekend.
I know. I'm just saying.
I was actually a fan of the match.
I was. I think honestly, this was one of the Miz's best showings that he had in a long time. Not speaking against him, because me and you, like, we're both huge Miz marks. Like we believe like the Miz is one of like the best talkers in the business, like hands down. But I think that Gunther and the Miz had phenomenal chemistry with each other.
Yeah, I thought they did too. And I got to throw this out here. This is the biggest reaction I've ever seen for fucking Glacier. The crowd was actually into him. Dude, the Cat's got some skills for his first match here.
the crowd's gone mild. No, I'm picking. Like, we're not watching Ernest and LaFon, ladies
I'm
and
being
gentlemen.
fair here. The crowd was actually hot for Glacier coming in, kicking this off a little bit.
We are fair here. Here at the Retro Wrestling Revival, like, we do call it like we see it. We do have our own biases, like with certain wrestlers, but when something is there and someone's doing good, even if we don't like them, we will give them credit.
Imagine this, though, that the ring general for his team of Glacier and Ernest Miller, the ring general is Glacier at this point.
Good God.
Yeah. The best worker in this ring, hands down, is Mortis, which is Chris Kanyon, of course. But
oh yeah.
And I love Brian Clark Wrath. I think he's great.
Yeah.
You know, I thought he was a great, look, great presence. I think he had a lot of upside to him.
Which I was watching the thing. Speaking of Brian Clark, which I was watching a thing on Atom Bomb earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really good page on YouTube. It's called Wrestling Bios. And they did a video on the Atom Bomb character and like the history of it. And it's extremely fascinating because he started out like a house of fire, and like he was like a dominant big man, and then suddenly they had him lose at WrestleMania 10 to Earthquake, and that basically like that killed his push.
Losing to Earthquake could kill anybody's push.
Well, no offense, with all due respect to John Tenta, WrestleMania 10, I mean, the new generation era, did he really fit into that?
Agreed.
I mean, just
agreed. They got a couple good comments here. Daniel says Gunther for president. The crowd in Daytona must have had a massive amount of alcohol before the show. Keep it up, guys, if these are the crowd reactions tonight.
The crowd's hot so far.
They are. The best worker is on the outside in Mitchell. He really works the powder spot like nobody else.
Oh,
that's a good one.
I can't believe the NWA they cost themselves
they're on their app now.
Wow.
Yeah, they loaded them to their app. So,
well, I know one person that'll download it.
I don't know how long it'll last for, but they're on their app temporarily. Maybe that's where they're just going to be. I don't think they're getting a network spot anymore. That's just my opinion, though. So
there's plenty of public access channels that will take them.
Well, they can be on the CW app because I'm sure that's a banging platform.
So wait, they're on the CW app?
Yeah, that's what they're on now. They loaded up all their seasons on it.
Wow.
Daniel gave a new name to the CW app, the Coke Works app.
Oh, is the CW app free?
I don't know. I would assume it is. Maybe you have to have a subscription to watch the shows through your local cable provider. I have no idea. Yeah. One thing I will not be doing is getting any local live television streaming platform until baseball season, and I'm definitely not going to do it so I can watch the NWA. So that will not be happening until at least baseball season. Nice kick in the head on Glacier there by Mortis. Mortis is the star of the night for that.
CTE. No, I'm kidding, guys.
No,
CTE.
Mortis is my hero now.
Yes,
he just busted that douchebag
spot of
right
the night
in the
so
head.
Far.
Oh,
spot
great
of the night
spot.
So far.
Good deal. What a spot.
Great deal right there.
God
I love
bless
that.
him.
Thank you, Canyon. Which I know
Thank you, Canyon.
Yes.
Daniel says, unless they sign Brad Attitude, I will not be buying any app. I'm with you, Daniel.
Dude, Brad Attitude. Come on. Like,
hey, he won that 4-man this weekend at WrestleCade in the main event, buddy.
He did. Just imagine
the can't reaction. Stop him.
No, straight up. Just imagine if Brad Attitude would have showed up at Survivor Series instead.
Bro, they're stepping in his yard here soon. They're heading off to North Carolina here, and
they are.
The tribal chief is going to be paying the attitude tax when he comes to North Carolina.
Okay, which I'm going to say this right now. Do you know the reason why that they didn't have Brad Attitude debut at Survivor Series?
Hit it.
It's because they could not afford the labor to pick up the panties that would have been thrown on the ground.
Nope. You got it.
The whole arena would have been just covered in them.
It'd be red panty night, right, when he came in.
Oh, yeah, it would.
Be a good night. Daniel says hitting Glacier in the head truly does nothing to him. It's like hitting a brick wall.
Oh,
Jeremy said, just missed a crazy moment. Cody declared for the Rumble. Nakamura appeared on the screen, said he's bringing the chaos to Cody. The lights come on, and he's behind Cody and pulls a great Muta and hits Cody with the red mist.
that's going to be a great feud.
Will be a good feud. That'll be fun.
So, yes, I agree 1,000%. They're going to have some really good matches. Straight up, I got to say this right now, because I know like we're going to talk about this more on the radio show, but with like their pay-per-view shows lately, the WWE, they've been firing on all cylinders.
Both companies have been.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they have.
They have been, both of them. They've been really stepping it up, I think, and giving the fans a really good product on whatever you watch, or if you watch both. Seems like they're really giving a good product out on all the big PLE shows. So, good to see.
Like without a doubt. So
it's good to see. This match is going on way longer than I thought. What is this move that fucking Wrath is doing? Is it like a reverse Boston Crab?
Yes.
I have never seen a Boston Crab done like that before, and it doesn't look like it hurts at all.
So, I do not know.
Good job, Mortis, kicking Glacier in the back of the head. Excellent. Daniel says, I got to see Brad in North Carolina. It's like a national holiday every time that man steps in a ring.
He does. I mean, and the thing is that...
they stack all the odds against them. Okay, Chris? We've had the nice folks from WrestleCade on the show here a couple years ago. Really nice guys, Tracy Myers, and I forget the other gentleman's name, but really good dudes. Put on a hell of an amazing event. But they own AML Wrestling, where Brad is the world champion. The lack of respect, I have put it up on the page before there on AML on their post. The lack of respect they give that man is a crime. I think the world of them as promoters, and they're very nice men. But by God, how dare they treat Brad like that?
And exactly. Okay. Your major star.
Like the feud way too long.
Yeah. This match is terrible.
It's okay. It's got some electric moments, but it's just going on. It's too long.
You know what? And which I was thinking
by the cat.
You know something I was thinking about too? Because Nick Patrick, a friend of the show, his dad trained Brian Clark. And the thing, him and Sarge. And I'm thinking, why don't we reach out to Brian and have him on our show? I think he would make a great conversation.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to Brian or on the show. So let's see about doing that then.
No, I think Brian would be like a great guy to talk to.
Dude, the kicks on the cat are phenomenal though, man.
They are
good.
Oh yeah. Speaking of kicks, don't ask Eric Bischoff his opinion on Shawn Michaels' super kick during the 1990s.
All right, I haven't heard that one. DDT reversal on Mortis by Glacier. I'm surprised that he knows how to do a DDT.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean,
real smart here. Father James Mitchell, he puts the thing right over near the side of the ropes, and Father James Mitchell just put a chain on the bottom of the foot of Mortis. So I think we see that Glacier's getting kicked in the head here.
Do you see some white powder on that?
It could be. Or what's it called? Father James Mitchell is going to get the kick in the head here accidentally. One of the others coming. Probably. Oh, nope, that's not happening. Glacier just side-kicked him to death.
Good God.
All right. Side kick to the head of Glacier with the chain. Good job. That's going to be it. 1, 2, 3. And they lost finally. Wow.
Thank God.
There's a guy in the front row that looks like Mike the Situation from the Jersey Shore. Can you pick out which one that is, Chris?
Oh, hold on. Let me. Oh, God. Yeah, like with the white hat.
Yeah, with the white hat and the tank top and the glasses. He's fist pumping Guido style, that douchebag.
He's fisting Guido style. Okay, never mind. Anyways.
The referee looks at Mortis's foot and never sees the chain. That's Earl Hebner in disguise. Yep. Daniel, spot on again, my friend.
Wow. Don't you disrespect the good goddamn name of Earl Hebner, okay? Legendary, baby. Whoa. Straight up. Come on. But, yeah, Brian Clark, man, you talk about like a huge miss. I think he could have been a future United States champion or world champion.
I think he had to look for it.
Oh, yeah, he did. He did. And
his in-ring skills were pretty decent. He wasn't very good on the mic. Wasn't a very solid promo or anything like that. But you could alleviate that with people, and get him a good manager and a good mouthpiece. Father James Mitchell wouldn't have been it.
No. Harvey Whippleman was his second manager, which like his first was Johnny Polo, and apparently Brian Clark hates Raven. So just
can you really
blame
wonder why?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got you.
He seems like a real hit or miss type of person.
Well, I met Raven and he was an asshole. So
yeah, you always said, bro, look at this old WCWWrestling.com interview. Look at the hat on that clown behind DDP. Oh, that's Diamond Dallas Dad behind him.
DDD, Diamond Dallas Dad.
Look at that. Look at that Yankees cap that Paige is wearing here. Boy, that is one ugly pile of shit.
Dude,
you like it?
It brings me back to a great time with the starter items, okay? Like the starter brand. The majority of the items were ugly as shit, but it just makes you think about my childhood.
Daniel says, I'm going to buy Earl a Christmas gift, a book on how to referee written by Nick Patrick. Very smart.
Wow.
Daniel. Jeremy, Chris, I'm going to ask Chris this question on the radio show this weekend. So, Chris, I'll tell you to hold off on this because this is one I really like that Jeremy asked me earlier. And I'll bring this up on the radio show just so you know, Jeremy. It's how do you feel about Gunther versus Randy Orton at Mania?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that definitely on our Survivor Series show. And
I gotta say this right now, which I'm talking about this on the radio show. There is one major star that's gonna be squished out of the main event scene because of Punk. And so let's just say that what it's at.
Here's Jericho. Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
let's go, baby.
Dude, Jericho, the GOAT. Okay, like my favorite of all time. I love
that TV title, by the way.
Yeah, yes. Well, no. It's Cruiserweight title.
Cruiserweight, whatever, TV title. I don't care. It all looks nice. I love those belts. WCW had some sharp belts.
Oh, they did. I think this era, especially like with the WWF and World Championship Wrestling, their belts were the best out of any era. Period. I love the United States title. It was my favorite belt from World Championship Wrestling.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it was.
Dragon's a hell of a competitor. We always say that every time he comes on and is on our screen here. Dragon is just one hell of a competitor.
Hey, John, which I'm thinking about buying you a Cruiserweight title. Would you qualify for the weight limit?
I would.
You would? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I would.
Just saying.
Yep. I'm at 190 after my surgery. I've lost 15 pounds from my surgery after my surgery. So I was down to 195 the other day.
215 is the cutoff. So
right. I still got about 15 more I want to drop, but I dropped about 15 pounds since my surgery. So
hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm under that cruiserweight limit. I'd never hit over it, so never would. Let's see.
There's times where I have, but I've lost weight. My weight fluctuates depending on the season.
Yeah. Winter is one where we add a few. So Daniel says the starter brand is legendary. Missed the jackets the most. Only time a Yankee hat was cool was when Fred Durst had one. I agree, Jeremy.
I agree.
They held off the TV title under lock and key backstage. They couldn't be too sure where Scott Hall would be.
I mean, yeah, because Scott would have to go pawn it so he can make some money I
don't think he was needing to make a lot of money at that time, but maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
It was a bad time for him at that point.
He would sell it for beer money.
Bro,
so there you go.
There's some interesting folks in the crowd at Daytona Beach tonight. They're not, Nashville from the Asylum or Saginaw level, but man, there's some interesting folks here.
Oh, speaking of the Asylum, Dixie Carter is backstage at Raw tonight.
Yeah, Jeremy sent me the picture.
Yeah, that's crazy. Mr. Jeremy sent me the same thing, and like I was, wow.
All right, baby, come on.
Pretty crazy.
Maybe she's the one that's writing the storylines. Just saying.
Who knows? I don't know. No, I doubt Dixie Carter's doing anything. Dixie always seemed like a sweet woman, though.
I have nothing against her personally. And
you did this trash.
Yeah, trash it.
Tony's dad was better than hers. Her dad was a much more smart businessman and put her under allowance restrictions at certain points and finally got tired of it. I don't ever see Shad Khan being that way, but
no.
Dixie's dad, who's I think is not as rich as Shad Khan, but definitely a billionaire in his own way.
Yeah.
So he had a little bit more of limitations put on her.
I don't have any respect for Dixie Carter's dad for the simple fact that he stated that wrestlers are like plumbers. They can easily be replaced.
Some people's philosophy.
And it's like, no, they're not.
Chris mentioned Scott, and all of a sudden the white light appeared. Chico was making his presence felt.
Yes.
Dixie seemed sweet, but she was dumb as all could be. I agree on that, Daniel. And Jeremy said, y'all remember when Scott appeared on ECW and used Ready or Not by the Fugees? I do remember that, actually, Jeremy. He had a couple matches over there, I think.
He did, actually. And then there was a time before that where he appeared backstage, and apparently there was an altercation between him and the backstage locker room. And I think it was Shane Douglas, Francine, and like a few other people that told him to get the fuck out.
All people who are fucking petty over the fact that he was actually a real fucking star on the main scene, and they were nothing but a bunch of bingo hall morons.
Yeah, I mean,
just gonna throw that one out there. Especially to the franchise. The franchise has failed on more levels on a mainstream level than anybody. That fucking asshole couldn't get over on a big level like a WCW or WWE to save his fucking life, and he acts like he's God's gift to wrestling. Just gonna throw that out there.
I'll be honest with you, you
used to love him. I know you did. That's cool.
I know, which I'm a fan of his. So and
I get it. I just disagree.
And like the thing is that I might have like my differences like with Francine, but ultimately I feel like she was a great compliment to the
absolutely. She was a beautiful woman. She fit the ECW vibe well and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But let's be realistic. They were a bunch of low market talent that never made it on the big screen, in the big time. So. Not saying maybe they couldn't, a couple of them couldn't have, but I don't think that there was any mainstream appeal on any of them. And that's why when guys like Shane Douglas got the opportunity to be a featured part of the main shows in WCW or WWF, they failed. And people didn't like them. So Daniel says really quick here, TNA is trying to get AJ to take a pay cut and you put the world title on him. Yeah. Scott Hall versus Sandman versus Stone Cold for the APA in a beer drinking contest. Yes. Shay knew the click wasn't around Hall and salivated. Yep, pretty much. Yep. Oh, nice back body drop there by the Dragon on Jericho.
Oh god, yeah. And the thing is that I think the biggest star to ever come out of ECW was Rob Van Dam.
I agree.
Leaps and bounds. And the thing is that one of like my all-time favorites, which was Jerry Lynn. I think that he is one of the best performers of like the past 30 years. But unfortunately but Jerry lacked the mic skills.
Yep.
So yeah. But
Daniel says that Jericho's tights had to be inspired by the Rockers.
Yes. Come on, baby.
Yeah, baby. Love the Rockers. Yeah. Somebody's got a laser on Jericho. Who's ever got that on him right now? I'd like to find them and kick them in the face.
Yeah, no shit. Taz is a close second, Jeremy said.
Taz was great in ECW. He was a killer.
I think the WWF, they freaking missed the boat with Taz because they looked down on him because of his size, but regardless, he was a believable freaking character. I don't give a damn how.
What the problem with a lot of the ECW guys was, and Shane Douglas is included in this, was
what's that? When
they were on ECW programming, they could use awful language. Oh, nice drop kick off the top there by Jericho. He missed it, basically missed him, but it looked like he grazed him a little bit. And it was still a cool move. So,
the Dragon is Ultimo. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was good. I still like that, even though he kind of botched it a little bit. That was a cool move. But they couldn't use the profanity, even though, a lot of stuff was allowed on WCW or WWE program. Yeah. They still were more mindful. And in ECW, they could use all the profanity, the F-bombs, the crazy angles, the stuff that was completely unfiltered. because it really didn't matter because they really didn't have a mainstream partner until way at the end. And then they had to get toned down for that. And look what happened. Didn't work.
Well, Paul Heyman wants to blame the WWE because like they stole Paul Heyman says that ECW were the guinea pigs for whether wrestling would work on TNN or not. And the WWF screwed them over. I don't believe that
I don't either. Taz versus Bam Bam was a great match, Jeremy.
Oh god, it was
fantastic match.
And the thing is that which I'm not discounting the matches within Extreme Championship Wrestling because there was a lot of classic matches.
Sure, but
unfortunately, like you said, they went above and they went beyond with like the gratuity, like with it being vulgar, and mainstream audiences wouldn't buy that. So you're right.
That's why you're never going to see a promotion like GCW ever get mainstream. Yeah, they'll let you on the Fight TV app or Access TV occasionally or whatever they do. You know, you're going to get one of those, but you're never going to get to a mainstream television deal. You can't do that shit, man. Not in this day and age. And then they were very lenient on it for a few years for, WWE, WCW, ECW. They were a little lenient on it for a few years. And eventually when 2000 is shit right around that time frame, 99, 2000 is that stuff wasn't allowed anymore as much.
No. I mean, but at the same time though, which I do got to give Extreme Championship Wrestling credit, if it wasn't for them, the Attitude Era would never have existed.
Absolutely. I agree. Daniel says TNN was like, we either have what's left of ECW after the Dudleys and Taz left, or we get WWF with Rock, Austin, Triple H, Taker. Yeah. They really had to think hard. Yeah, like that's a hard choice, right?
Oh yeah, and which
that's like with WWE putting NXT on the CW brand. If you think the CWs, maybe they do. I can't imagine they'd get a network deal still on the mainstream, shows other than the app. I can't imagine that because what are you going to do? Pick a WWE branded product with NXT, or are you going to pick NWA? Yeah, you're going to go with the established star. You're going to go with the established draw and the norm, and that's a WWE product. As good as AEW can be at certain points, that's the problem that it'll always be there too. Is they're always WWE can rely on their 60 years of existence and still gain their basic market that's going to draw more money and draw more ability to sell things out or get more exposure to them. You're at a complete disadvantage when you're in AEW. As hard as you try, as many shows as you try to put out, you can't go against the 60 years of experience plus that they have.
I agree 1,000%. And I think that AEW needs to stop focusing on being WWE light and focus on being their own individual product. And it's unfortunate because like they're hiring so many ex-WWE guys that they've lost focus on what their initial mission statement was, which was to build homegrown talent.
Look at why WCW was successful at this time frame, because they were going outside of the norm. They weren't trying to do what they had done for years before and put on that same WWE style shit that wasn't even working for them. They went out, they did different things, they created different branding for themselves. They did a great thing with the luchadors and the cruiserweights. Then they had the hot angle with the NWO, the inclusion of celebrities and things that they would do. And they became a different product that became cool. And that's how they did it. It took them a long time, but they did it. And then when they got away from that is when they got away from their ability to beat them. So it's just something to think about when we look at old school stuff. Daniel says, I'm choosing where Dirty Dom is on.
And someone that you could definitely give a lot of credit for is one of our all-time favorite performers, which is Eazy-E Eric Bischoff. He had the vision for that.
Absolutely.
And speaking of that, I can't, which within like the next week or two, which I got to mail out your gifts, and I cannot wait to send you the packs that I got you of World Championship Wrestling cards from 1991.
The old school ones. I used to have them when I was a kid.
I can't wait, brother. And the thing is that
I got a Young Pistols card.
Yeah.
You're the man.
Yes.
I remember my Young Pistols card from when I was a kid. I loved Tracy Smothers and Steve Armstrong, and I never even watched him wrestle. I remember just seeing the cards like, the Young Pistols. It's a cool name.
Is Steve Armstrong still alive?
Yeah.
Why don't we
Yeah.
get him on our show and say, "Hey,
Bring
like
back
your
the young
story."
pistols.
He's
Bring him
like,
back. Oh, nice move by Dragon on Jericho.
Oh!
Jericho went for the moonsault, and Dragon saw that one coming and drop kicked him.
Steve would be like, "Well, go get me a shovel." Like, hey, that's wrong.
I want a reunion of them.
So yeah, but yeah, like this wrestling superstars figure of Punk I got. It's so funny because the back of it says that after more than 7 years away from their sport, CM Punk stunned the pro wrestling world when he announced, "I'm back." From the moment on, Punk rose to the ranks of AEW, scoring victories over Darby Allin, Powerhouse Hobbs, Eddie Kingston, and Wardlow, among many others. And he is here to stay in AEW.
That didn't last long. Daniel says the cards where you can play a game of which of these wrestlers didn't Missy Hyatt get with.
Oh,
that was a good one. I love it.
Who's that
nice
guy?
victory by Jericho there over the Dragon. I love it, man. That was a good one. Jeremy said, John, your girl Naya just got burned. Shayna told her to shut her hole before it gets destroyed again. She said she wants to break her arm and send her back home. Please, Shayna, do it. Do it.
Do it.
That's my belt, Jericho says. It's my belt. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. But no, good God. Good. Hey, Naya deserves opportunity like everybody else. And if her hole gets destroyed, that might be worse than global warming.
Look at this. Ultimo, shake his hand. Jericho's a gentleman and a scholar, sir. Come on. He'll give you another rematch.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. I love these just old school graphics for Bash of the Beach here with the animated shark fin swimming around.
Which I wish that me and you, like, we were good enough, like, with the graphics to where we can make stuff like that for our show. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's ways to do it. It's not as hard as you think, but
I know.
With the stuff that's out there now, at least, but
yeah, essentially, like, there's apps you can download that'll do it for you.
Sure, 100%. That's how it's so easy now.
Oh yeah,
and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But,
all right, Mean Gene's here. Look at him. What a stud he is, bro. He got his lays on. He's ready to go.
How many times did he get laid that night? I'm just saying.
Mean Gene with that bald head and that mustache, martinis and cigarettes. Mean Gene was getting laid more than anybody in Daytona Beach.
How you doing?
Those kids out there on summer break, out there partying it up at Club La Vila, or not, that's Panama City, wherever they party in Daytona. Mean Gene was pulling more tail than anybody there.
Hell yeah!
He was getting more ass than a toilet seat.
God damn!
That's how Mean Gene rolls. And when he hangs out with Lee Marshall, can you
imagine? God, the women are lining up, man.
Lining up, bro. If you think not Ronda, WWE ain't putting Shayna over anyone on the roster. Ralphus would have never shook Dragon's hand. He'd tell him to go take him to a buffet.
Oh,
make him a buffet? Excuse me. I love the WCW cards I collected, all the face, and my cousin wanted all the heels. The best card was Sting with the world title and green and black paint. Love it, man.
Oh God, yes.
Go ahead, Chris.
Now, like the thing is that okay, so when it comes to like the women, Brad Attitude, Lee Marshall, or Mean Gene, who would get more tail?
Bro, how can you pick between those three?
I'm just saying.
I gotta go with Brad. Brad's on a whole other stratosphere. He's just North Carolina. He walks in anywhere, he gets what he wants.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
Outside of North Carolina, he can't. He'd be mobbed.
So. He would, man. Just saying, man. I mean, Brad's got to have security with him at all times.
Yep.
What the hell's Raven saying?
Trust and love and hate. Stevie Richards is bobbing around behind him with his popcorn. He's about to get punched. We all know this is coming.
Stevie, I'll be honest, I have more respect for him the older he gets.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came like to this character, Stevie was a freaking goof.
And then some.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because he was a good worker.
Oh yeah. I think Stevie would be a phenomenal trainer full time. I'm just saying.
I bet you he would be too. He knows his stuff.
Oh yeah, he does. And which I encourage everybody, you go on YouTube and just look up the Stevie Richards YouTube page and how he breaks down matches, moves, moments. I mean, like, and
He broke down. I
Stevie,
listened to one the other day. I haven't heard more than one or two of them. I listened to this one about CM Punk coming back. He made some really great points. He's a smart dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a really good channel from the few videos that I've seen. Really knows his stuff. Very, very fair perspectives and you know, outlooks on things and how he breaks things down.
And I would honestly love Stevie to come on our show, but unfortunately, I'll be blunt with you guys because we are extremely honest here.
Not even worth discussing.
Yeah, it's not worth the hassle that would come with it.
No, not even worth it.
That's not.
Stevie just got cuffed by Raven, though, to the side. Chris, Gene's saying it too. He just cuffed him.
Come on.
I couldn't do that gimmick and wear those shorts and that shirt around like he does. I couldn't do it.
I mean,
that's just me, though.
This is like an abusive relationship. I'm just saying. Is
very bad. Jeremy said the Horsemen were wingmen for Mean Gene. Absolutely. Mean Gene pulled more ass than Flair, probably.
Dude.
Pulled more tail than Flair.
Dude, I'm just saying he got more ass than a toilet seat.
Spring Break was created when Mean Gene pulled into town.
He did.
Raven is trying to hurry this promo so he can do his little gimmicks backstage.
Oh.
It's like, just get me out of this. They're paying me a fortune right now.
Oh, yeah, they are. What's your favorite Masa Chono match?
Every fucking one. This guy is something. He's something, bro.
Did you watch the Survivor Series scrum?
The one after?
Yeah.
I watched Triple H and that was it.
Okay.
I saw a clip from Gunther. That's it.
I don't want to sound like a dick when I say this, but there was this one female reporter, and she spoke to Triple H saying, she talking about Joshi wrestlers.
I heard that one.
So cringy. And
yeah, you just had CM Punk come back and Randy Orton re-debut, and you put on a great show, one of your big shows of the year. And let's ask Triple H about Joshi wrestling in Japan. Get the out of here and take her media credentials away. You stupid Mark goof. All right, go away. You get the opportunity to actually ask this guy a good question when a big monumental and huge thing happens on the show, and you're going to ask him about fucking Joshi wrestling. Get out of here.
Japanese women's wrestling, and it's kind of like, okay,
here. How silly.
I'm sorry. I just shook my head, and I'm like, you have the man that's putting the shows together, and this is your opportunity to be put on the map.
He just maneuvered the biggest swerve in professional wrestling of the last decade, probably, by signing that controversial character, CM Punk, that has an awful relationship. But you're going to ask him about Joshi wrestling. That's what you want to talk about. Go away and never come back. Stevie Richards was a part of two factions I couldn't stand, the BWO and the Right to Censor. I hated the BWO. I actually thought Right to Censor was kind of funny for a short period of time, but they were
over. They were over.
They wore off on me really fast. So,
they did. But
the thing is, a little bit, they definitely were. Daniel says should have asked Triple H to bring back the Steinerized theme as a full-time show theme.
Turn that fucking song. Okay, I'm sorry, that's hilarious. But the thing is that like for me, for me and you with Punk, he's kind of wore off on us to where like we're not the biggest fans anymore, but we recognize that he gets eyes on whatever product that's speaking about him. So
if Chono pops that goof in the front row, Chris, sorry to interrupt you. If he would have popped that goof in the front row, he would have got a Hall of Fame nod in the Retro Wrestling Hall of Fame this year.
And he missed it.
He missed his opportunity for that.
He could have got a 6-pack and a Hot Pocket.
2 Hot Pockets.
Oh, wow.
The budget's gone up this year.
Oh, hell yeah, brother. I love it, man. I'm just saying, man, like
you're getting Coors Light this year. You're not getting Milwaukee's best.
Okay, so
it's been a successful year this year. We're up in the ante a little bit. We reinvest in the show the little bit that we make.
2 Hot Pockets for Hall of Famers this year. That's awesome.
He missed an opportunity right there.
Hell yeah, brother. And the thing
Muta and the Steiners, Chris, they had a pretty storied fights throughout the years with Muta and the Steiners. Steiners used to travel back and forth to Japan a lot and did a lot of work against Muta over in Japan.
They did, and the thing is that Muta not only has the greatest Hall of Fame speech ever, but
the best.
But many people see him as the greatest Japanese wrestler in history, which is extremely hard to argue.
Yep. And it says, ask him about a wrestler he'd never admit he'd sign anyways until the deal is done.
Oh yeah. And the thing is that speaking of like the Japanese wrestling, I was watching a thing on Scott Norton, and Scott was talking about how he refused to lose a match to Sting because it would make him look bad in Japan, which I believe that. Were you the one that sent me that clip?
Yeah, Bischoff talked about it and said he understood it too because they were going to pay him a couple grand to come in. He was a monster in Japan, and it was just a one-off. They were going to bring him in and have him lose. And he said he didn't say he wasn't disrespectful about it, but he said I don't want to sacrifice my image in Japan for just coming in here for a one-off to lose as great as Sting is. It wasn't worth it to him, and I get it
because he's seen as a monster.
He was a monster in Japan. Jeremy said really quick, by the way, they said it was the most watched Survivor Series in company history, and the Women's War Games is the most watched opening match this year that didn't happen at Mania. I can believe that.
Yeah,
I think that's a great stat. That's a good sign for them that they did something right to market this pay-per-view. Daniel said the Steiners wanted to be in the NWO so bad they had each other's boots black and white. Are they showing the signs at this point of their career, Daniel, already?
Maybe.
Setting up the heel turn for 98 or whatever it is, 97, 98.
Why didn't
Shit, I'm away.
why didn't the Steiners both join the NWO? I thought that would have been fantastic.
Well, they were the ones that were fighting the outsiders in the beginning all the time with the World Tag Team titles. So that was they needed somebody that could match them and you could believe could actually beat them. So
yeah.
And then they got tired of the stuff with them as a tag team, I think, and I think one of them got hurt or something. Rick might have got hurt, maybe.
Was it Rick that broke his neck or something, or
he broke Bagwell's neck?
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was, but Scott got his run as a singles guy, and that was just that.
Yeah,
look at Rick eating the bottom of the ring ropes there. He needs a snack. Get that man some kibble.
Oh God! And Scott's single run, I mean, it started in World Championship Wrestling, and the rest is history. So think about it. Thanks to the booking of World Championship Wrestling, we eventually down the road we got Steiner Math.
Thank you, WCW, for that.
Just saying.
Thank you.
Yes,
it'll live on forever.
It will. I think that's one of the greatest promos of all time.
This crowd is really hot in Daytona. I got to give them that. Yeah. The matches have been entertaining, both of them, I think. But this match is okay. It's somewhat entertaining. I didn't really see much from it, but it's okay.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I think freaking Chono is as entertaining as watching paint dry.
Pretty much.
That or watching golf. Oh. So yeah.
It's a matter. You don't like to watch the PGA Tour?
I don't. I think it's extremely boring, but that's just me. I'm not.
Jeremy said he liked Rick and Sid as a tag team. I don't remember anything that really did that much. Yeah, I don't remember anything with that too much, Jeremy. WCW gave us the biggest lunatic of all time, Big Papa Pump. Their legacy is forever.
Oh God, they're speaking of Sid, I did. Hopefully, it was his real Instagram. I reached out to him.
Bro, that guy probably doesn't know how to fucking read. Okay.
I'm sorry.
He's the master and the ruler of the world. He doesn't need to know that.
I felt like an idiot because you messaged me saying, Chris, that's not his real page. I'm like, what? And the guy that runs his fake page has 60,000 followers.
Good for him.
So I'm just saying.
Good for him if you can do that.
So yeah.
What was that, a Twitter?
Yeah.
Or X? What do they call it now? X?
X, yeah.
Okay, I don't even know. I haven't been on that shit in years. So
and they
should still as toxic as ever.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. They should change.
They should call it Anvil because it's falling at a fast pace because
yeah, that's one thing I never regretted doing was leaving that shit platform.
yeah.
Oh, the people are the worst on Twitter. The worst. Come on, Chono. You got round 2 to pop this douchebag. You get two Hot Pockets and a 6 or a Coors, and he passes up on it again. All right, Chris, if he goes to the outside again, I'm going to up the ante, okay?
8 Hot
I'm going to take him to Sam's Club, and I'm going to get him the Sam's Club box of Hot Pockets.
Oh, wow.
And a 30-pack of Coors Light if he pops that guy.
Dude, like, you're going to bless him with the store brand Hot Pockets? Dude, like, that's even better.
Opportunity of a lifetime. We're up in the budget even more this year.
Holy
Come on,
crap.
take us up on it. You won't want to see Sid's price. Guarantee him a spot on the softball team.
Oh god. Apparently
that was awful, Jeremy.
Which our budget like was $13 last year. So like this year it's what, like 40?
$47.19.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yep, 19 cents on that one. If we get the revenue up a little bit more, we could do about 47.23. So
that's what I'm talking about.
That leg break was terrible, Jeremy, to watch that with Sid. I agree. Daniel says I'll go back in time and pop that fan for the prize.
Oh god.
We'll let you, Daniel. We just need to call Doc and Marty McFly and get you Back to the Future a little bit.
Oh, Back to the Future, one of the greatest trilogies in the history of movies.
I want to go see that on Broadway, actually, because it's playing up on Broadway. I really want to go see it. I'm a big fan of the movies, but they've had it playing for about a year or two. So I'm going to take my daughter up to go see a show. I think in about 2 weeks, we're going to go up on a weekend. We're going to go up and do our holiday tradition where me and her go see the tree at Rockefeller Center, which the tree in Rockefeller Center is actually from my town this year. It's a huge, like 60 or 80 foot tree. I can't remember the exact size. Yeah. And they cut it down about 10 minutes from my house, and it's up in Rockefeller this year.
Hell yeah, brother. That's awesome.
Yeah, we go down every year and see it. And I want to take her to a show out there on Broadway.
And I know whenever they start singing those Huey Lewis classics, you're just going to be going apeshit.
He's my favorite.
Yes.
I'm a huge Huey Lewis mark for people that don't know.
Yes, Huey Lewis.
Yes, I said it and admitted it.
Yeah.
It's the power of love.
That's the power of love.
Every time I've gone to see him in concert, in which I'll never get the opportunity again because he doesn't do them anymore because of his hearing. His hearing's gone. Yeah. Every time I had tickets to his concert, something awful happened in my life.
Yeah. Which I actually saw Huey. So just saying.
I had tickets to see him 2 times. The first time there was a massive blizzard and we couldn't get up to get through to get where it was at, and they still had the concert. And then the second time I couldn't go because it was the night my grandmother died. So I was jinxed to see Huey Lewis in the news for some reason.
Yeah, those are legitimate reasons right there.
How was it, Jeremy? You know, how was the show during the parade? I didn't get a chance to see the whole parade. It looked like it's pretty cool.
And Huey was playing at the local racetrack here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Whenever
did they do a Beetlejuice show on Broadway, Daniel?
I
would have loved to have seen that.
They did a Beetlejuice show on Broadway, and what's her name? Lauren Boebert, with what happened a couple months ago, was at a Beetlejuice show. And she was caught being groped by her boyfriend vaping.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now. And that was at Beetlejuice?
Be doing that too, but not for your public figures.
Tremendous.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And this match is still going on.
No offense, this match sucks.
It's just boring. This is a match with zero build, with nobody in the crowd giving one shit about this match. Mm-hmm. They've literally just been going on. It's not a terrible match. It just has no chemistry to it. It has no backstory, and the crowd is just completely disinterested in it. Hence why we're more interested in the fan. We want to see Chono kick.
And Huey Lewis at the moment.
And Huey Lewis just isn't working.
It's not working, ladies and gentlemen.
WCW had a very bad track record for the most part with Japanese talent, though, Chris, and never did anything with them.
That was terrible.
And it was funny because, you know, they always had that agreement with New Japan Pro Wrestling due to Bischoff's connections and stuff and Sonny Ono and everything. They just never really had big luck, with Muta's probably the biggest Japanese star ever there.
Muta, and which I would have to say like the biggest push wise from what I saw was the Ultimo Dragon.
I think Muta got a bigger one with him in the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I think he had a bigger one than him.
So you'd say Muta than the Ultimo Dragon were like two best pushed?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. I'd go Muta than Dragon. Muta had a hell of a run. I think he might have had a world title reign if maybe US, but he had a US or a world title reign, or was at least in the conversation and maybe some of the matches with for the main event and for the world title. Had a great feud with, I think it was Sting, at certain points as well. Did a lot of great stuff. Muta did. He was their biggest one.
Oh yeah.
I always heard Lion King in Wicked on More Amazing on Broadway. Yeah, I know a bunch of people that have been to Lion King, Jeremy. They say great things about it. They said it's really awesome. I don't know anything about Wicked, so I can't comment on that. But I know a lot of friends that have been to Lion King that said it's awesome.
The Book of Mormon, which I want to go see live.
You know what's funny though? I've never been to a Broadway show.
Really?
Yeah, I live so close to here, and I go to the city all the time, whether it's for travel, for work, commuting, for entertainment. I go in there all the time, and I've never been to a Broadway show.
You live like 90 minutes from New York City?
A little longer, 2 hours and 15 to 2 hours and 30 minutes, 3 hours if you got really bad traffic, right around there. It's not too far.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's an easy. People are afraid to drive in the city. I mean, I don't care. I've driven in cities 3 times as big across the world, as New York City, Seoul, South Korea, 21 million people in it or whatever. I drove a fucking 56-foot bus through there.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, that was scary.
The only city that I would be scared to drive in is freaking like the what's the main city in India? I'm trying to think.
Bombay?
Bombay, yes. I would not want to drive in Bombay, India, because because like from what I heard, they don't have freaking
most of the countries you go to overseas,
they don't have turn signals.
Well, most of the countries
horns.
Most of the countries overseas, that's what they do. They use horns, and traffic laws are a suggestion, not like it is here where you get a big ticket and fine. I've been to, I think, 26 or 27 countries. I'd have to go back and double check it, and I've driven in most of them. And I drove in June when I was over in the Philippines, and then I drove in Vietnam just on motorbikes there throughout traffic and around. And it was the most fucking crazy experience driving through those places. They're terrible. It's awful. But it's way different. It's crazy though. Let's get to a few of the comments here. So Chono pulls the ref out, sees the Steiner's double team, and stands there as the ref counts the 3. Please make sense.
Yes.
Muta defeated Barry Windham for a world title, I believe, at Super Bowl. Might have to Google that. Okay. Yeah, I thought he had a world title run at some point, Jeremy. Thanks. I'll check that out later. Hate driving in Atlanta. I never mind Atlanta. Never bothered me.
Really? You're like one of the few people, because like me personally, freaking driving in Atlanta, like no, I'm good. Like
never
growing up,
me.
My dad, he said that he would rather have a pine cone shoved up his ass than drive in Atlanta.
I'd driven tractor trailers when I was stationed in South Carolina. We used to go down and do different hauls that we would do. And we would take jet engines a lot down to some of the bases right outside of Atlanta. You have to go through Atlanta to get to them. So we'd have to take, large jet engines down there. And I had driven through Atlanta. I can't even count how many times. And, a big 40-foot tractor trailer going through downtown Atlanta. I never thought it was that bad. That was just me.
I got you. And it's funny because like we used to live in Baltimore. So like my dad dealt like with the Baltimore-Washington traffic daily. So like it's surprising.
Which is worse, Atlanta or Baltimore?
Villano 4 is getting ready for his Hall of Fame induction. Daniel, he might be a shoo-in this year, Chris. What do you think?
I definitely we're gonna have to discuss it, but like I'm just saying that I think Villano 13 might have
he's a sleeper. Could happen. We'll see. Put the Mean Street Posse theme on, and you can make it through anything, any area driving. You just put that shit on, and people get out of the way because they know you're a badass with it.
That's right.
Oh, Lizmark Jr. is a fun competitor here too, Chris.
He is.
He's a tall cruiserweight, Chris, isn't he?
He is. He's very tall.
I tend to remember him being smaller Is there multiple Lizmark Juniors that come in? I don't
I have
know.
no idea, but I would not be surprised because I know like there's multiple Psychosis.
What is
No, not Psychosis. La Parkas. So yeah, like there's
Yeah,
multiple.
they've had LA Park, La Parka,
Yeah.
I think those are the two. We know that they've had about 97 Villanos.
Yes.
And the funny thing about this Villano 4 is he was wrestling without a mask on WCW multiple times. You remember when we watched him in that U.S. Championship match?
Yes.
Don't ask me his name to remember, but he was in there.
So yeah,
God, Garza is good, bro.
He is. He is good.
He
God,
he is one of my favorite guys to watch, Chris.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic. And you talk about somebody that should have been pushed better. I think just imagine Garza within like the modern wrestling landscape.
He's got a hell of a look too. I mean, he's he's got a great look to him. He's a phenomenal worker. I'm sure maybe his English was limited at this point. But being labeled as a cruiserweight here in this time, in this era, was the kiss of death for going to become a world champion. It was never going to happen.
I agree. And the thing is that I feel like
God, Hoovy's good too.
Oh God, Hoovy's great.
All of these guys in the ring here are good.
Just don't bring up Hoovy's name with the Australian authorities because they
worst road I've traveled just because of the distances. Atlanta to Myrtle Beach, straight road forever. Boring as shit too.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree 1,000%.
Oh man, La Parka's a big dude to go over the top rope like that.
Yeah.
Jesus, bro. When I watch Hoovy, this guy can just move.
Oh yeah, he can.
There's Sonny Ono coming in with the cheap shots.
Oh yeah, come on, Sonny. This is great driving music here.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's the Mean Street Posse's theme.
Oh, that's blasphemy, what she just said.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly.
How dare you disrespect the good damn name of the Mean Street Posse and their theme song?
Exactly. What'd you think about the Battle Cat theme I sent you?
I didn't get a chance to watch them yet. I was up really early this morning for work, and I had to be on the road early, so I did not get an opportunity yet.
Yeah, while I was at work last night, I kind of went down like a rabbit hole.
I saw when I woke up this morning and saw about 19 of those messages with Battle Cat whatever in it.
With like freaking like random obscure just like random obscure jobber videos. Yes.
Yep. Daniel makes a good point. If guys like Eddie or Ray weren't being discussed for world titles in this era, no one else had a chance for sure. And Daniel goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's not. Whoa."
Yeah.
Ooh, Rollins is in the ring. Jeremy said, "Be back, Shirley." Thank you, Jeremy.
This is a Battle Cat's theme, actually. You talk about the Ultimate Jobber theme.
Sounds like Virgil's.
Yeah, it does.
It's got a very similar to Virgil's. Nice move by those three on over the top. Triple tope suicida.
Tope suicida. Tope suicida, by God. It's a mugging, guys. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Battle Cat becomes famous again, we're definitely taking credit.
Yeah, 100%. You can have it for that one, not me.
Because it's funny. It's funny how Nails is suddenly relevant again. Just saying.
Hey, he needed a payday.
And apparently, that's why Nails faced Sting was because Scott Norton refused to face him.
Yep.
So yeah,
prisoner. This is a great match between these six guys.
Oh, beautiful.
Dude. Man, that looked like it fucking hurt on Hoovy's head when he went for the power bomb off the top or the Hurricane Rana off the top. Psicosis.
Oh yeah,
he just was like dead weight coming down on the back of his head. That had to hurt.
Dead weight, baby. I'm just telling you this right now. How can these guys wrestle like with these masks on? I'm just saying. I
don't know. Look at La Parka's outfit that he has to wear. You think that dude wasn't hot in there? If you thought Vader's fucking ring gear smelled, La Parka's probably put that shit to shame.
That or Gold Dust. Let's just be honest here.
Yeah, one or the other. Oh, nice move there by
beautiful.
Hoovy. Garza, nice moonsault.
Garza is outstanding.
He is. Lizmark's great himself, man.
He is.
Nice sequence there. This is the best match so far tonight.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Speaking of luchadors, what did you think of? Okay, we're gonna talk about the match like a radio show. But what's your opinion of Santos Escobar?
I'll talk about it on the radio show.
Okay.
I'll save it for that. It's another topic I want to talk about. So,
okay. What are they doing?
Daniel says, sounded like they borrowed the theme from the 1970s adult movie and How to Break Hoovie's Neck. Do that. Yeah, you want to break poor Hoovie's neck, go back and do that move again. It's inevitable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like that, how he just kicked Psicosis right into his teammates.
Good God.
Oh,
dude, Garza is outstanding.
He really is.
Which, in my opinion, he's the star of the match.
Psicosis is phenomenal, too, as is Hoovie. Parka is very entertaining. Lizmark Jr. is a very solid worker. Villano 4 is just there.
Which, if I can find some decent shows with Garza from AAA, would you watch them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd watch anything Garza does. That guy's great.
Okay.
I don't even care about his lack of character or personality on the show, to be honest with you. And that's rare because normally that's what I want to see. That drives me in. If Héctor Garza's on, I just like watching him wrestle. I think he's a fantastic performer, and I think he's tremendous to watch. He always entertains me.
His stuff in TNA was fantastic, too.
Yeah, you always said that about it. I've never seen it, so I can't comment on it, but I've heard the same. Listen, I'm a character guy. You are, too. We like storylines, but let's be honest. Sometimes there's just awesome matches that you just don't give a shit about the storyline. When you watch them, you're in awe. And that's what luchadors did a lot of times, especially at this point in time. They were new to this country and getting that exposure. And they wowed the audiences.
Oh, that without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, and the thing is they were so good and they would put you in awe that to where you're like, screw storylines.
Yep. Daniel says Parka at least washed his. Vader looked like a washer. Looked at the washer and yelled, "I don't know at the time."
Oh yeah.
Oh, they wouldn't let Super Callow in the match, but they didn't want him to upstage the rest. He's a good one, Super Callow, too. And he's the one with those kids. What are you doing over there, man?
Nothing. I have to adjust my microphone.
Oh, gotcha.
All right.
Garza also wrestled at Rumble 97. Yeah, I think you're right, Daniel. I kind of remember that now. I have to go back and check, but I think I do remember that.
Really?
Good pickup. Yeah, I think he did.
Okay.
Yeah, good pickup on that one. Interesting to think here earlier this year, he's appearing at the Royal Rumble. Look at the corkscrew off the top there.
Beautiful.
Every time he does that move, it wows me.
That's
a hard move to do.
That is.
It's hard enough with, if you're jumping from a higher distance than that. Him standing on the top there is a good 12, 15 feet, maybe tops. That's not a ton of room for him to be able to maneuver that amazing move he does. Look at, we got another Villano in now.
Seriously?
Nope, that doesn't work.
That'd be funny if that leg drop actually won the match.
The crowd just really didn't care about him coming in. I think they thought this was going to be a great swerve, but that didn't work.
Oh my God. Bro, the swerve.
Psicosis just got nailed by his partner. Beautiful springboard drop kick for Garza. God. Standing moonsault on Villano 92, and he gets the pin. Boom.
But he was the fresh man.
Yep.
So how? Okay. Anyways.
Hey, this is WCW logic sometimes.
How you doing, baby?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? So yeah, we got this match would have been better if Battle Cat was in it, but I'm just saying we can't.
I love me some Battle Cat.
Or the Arachna Man.
All right, Lizmark Jr. is making some type of motion at the shark tattoo that he has, and he's making the shark chomp.
Claw.
Yep, that's his thing.
Shark Boy is he's the authority on sharks in professional wrestling. Okay?
Fresh Villano, yet still useless.
Thank you. So okay. No offense, the whole thing like the shark. The only one that has the authority to even do anything with sharks is Shark Boy.
He's kind of funny.
Give me a shell, yeah.
Shell, yeah.
Instead of drinking beer, he drinks clam juice.
You gotta love it though. Good for him.
His stuff in TNA was fantastic, by the way. Like
I've seen a few of his things, and I think he's quite entertaining, to be honest with you.
I think Russo did phenomenal with Shark Boy in TNA. So just saying.
All right. So Chris, we got a little extra time because this went by pretty fast. Okay. Yeah. So Do you want to do one more match since we got plenty of time?
Yeah, brother. Like, we got time. Let's do this.
I want to do this match for a reason, because this next match is the retirement match of Kevin Sullivan versus Chris Benoit. We need to get this over with and be able to just say we're fucking moving on from this. We've endured this shit for God knows how long now.
And if we can do this for like one less if we get this over with, I'm cool with that. So
this is the last 15 minutes of ever seeing this again in our life, but I will be back fast, Chris. Let me just run to the bathroom because I have to endure this too. I will be back, I promise. So
I got you.
All right, give me just a minute.
Have fun. All right, so we got Kevin Sullivan with Jackie and Jimmy Hart, if you will. So, like, this is going to be fun. Papi Chulo wanted Hogan-type money to be in this match. He did. He did. And, you know, like a Papi Chulo, absolute legend within the business. And it's a shame that he got screwed worse than Bret Hart. I'm just saying. You thought what happened at Survivor Series 97 with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels was bad. I'm going to tell you this right now. It was nothing compared to Papi Chulo's career within the WWF. Just saying. Papi Chulo deserved to be recognized for the legend that he is.
What are you doing?
So, yeah. It is what it is, baby. So, yeah. All right. So, like, we got the Crippler, Chris Benoit. It's going to... This is going to be the official last match ever of Kevin Sullivan and Chris Benoit. This feud has been going on since the dawn of the age of Aquarius. So just buckle up, buttercups. We're in for one last ride. So it's going to be fun. There we go. Benoit Sullivan, one more round. I'd be good with that for having been one last match 90 matches ago. I agree 1,000%. Here we go. Loser will leave WCW forever, if you will. Hold on. Okay. Oh, God. You got Dusty saying, we're going to reach down. Did it all, baby. Okay. Energy, yay. All right, guys. Oh, Benoit's being thrown into the side rail, baby. Honestly, I wonder how Big Mike is doing. I'm just thinking. I'm just randomly thinking, guys. All right. There we go. Good. Oh, my goodness, baby. Just landing on feet. It's going to be fun. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. All right. This new laptop I got is pretty cool. I'm just trying to get used to it. Alrighty. So Jackie got thrown on to Kevin Sullivan, and now Benoit and Sullivan are outside in the entrance area. And Mr. Tony Schiavone saying she is relentless, if you will. So, yes.
Chris, this feud has been going on for like a year and a half now on this show, which means we've been enduring this feud for the better part of 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, it's been absolutely terrible.
We're at least 2 years into this series since we rebooted, and this was prime real estate on the shows all throughout 96. He is beating the shit out of him with a surfboard right now.
Yes. I mean, would you beat the crap out of somebody with a surfboard, John?
Why not? I bet you that would hurt.
It would.
I haven't started to drink to toast this occasion. I'm slacking. This is bigger than any match ever. It's the end of an era. We'll never see it again. They are destroying the Bash of the Beach set here. Jesus.
Yes.
You got to give them
of a
credit,
tail,
though, in this
baby.
match. Maybe we've seen it 100 times, but these two really took
Yeah.
it to one another.
They did. I mean, they tried their best to. Oh my God, they're fighting in the giant beach balls.
Bro, he just railed him with that fucking beach chair in the dome.
Good God! Ow!
You got to say this though; these two had a hell of a hatred for one another due to personal reasons and stuff. But by
They
God,
did.
Chris, they somehow or another made it work in regards to the never-ending feud.
They did. They did. So
I don't think they got tired of beating the shit out of each other.
No. I could see that.
Of course, Nick is refereeing this. He's going to make sure it's the last time. He's going to guarantee us it's the end.
It's the end.
It's the end of an era.
I said that this feud's been going on since the end of the dawn of the age of Aquarius. It has.
Oh, it's been forever.
Dawn of the
We've been
age
doing this show
of Aquarius.
6 years now. In next summer. It'll be 6 years. So 5.5 years roughly we've been doing it. Yeah. And I have seen these two at somehow or another throughout the years or discussed this more times than I would ever want to in my life.
I agree. So yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool. Double
stomp by Sullivan to the outside on the outside there to Benoit.
God. Ouch. Speaking of our brand, which I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, remember, Retro Wrestling Bible, this is for fans, by fans, and I'm gonna say this right now, John, we are on the road to 2,100 followers. So like we're
keep it up,
more than halfway there, and
keep it coming.
Because like we hit 2,000 actually right before Thanksgiving, which I was pleasantly surprised, but I'm grateful. And brother, we just keep gaining followers. So thank you to every single person that subscribes to our page. It means the world to us.
What were we at, like 2052 earlier or something?
Yeah. Something like that.
Good stuff. Daniel says they always went balls to the wall with their fighting. They were the perfect opponents for each other, but 75 years is too many.
Oh, yes, most
back
definitely.
And better than ever. They heard fight forever before it became trendy and took to it literally.
Fight forever. Oh, yeah. Which apparently, speaking of forever, we're going to be talking about something on our show this weekend. We're going to be discussing Tammy Sitch and how she essentially got a slap on the wrist for what she did.
I wouldn't say she got a slap on the wrist, but she definitely could have got worse.
Thanks.
I believe it should have been life.
I do too, but
Thanks.
she sure did get a long time. So,
well,
she's gonna spend the next 17 years of her life in prison. But we'll talk about that this weekend.
Do you think Sean's going to visit her?
I highly doubt it. There's already sunny days in the prison with some ladies, I'm sure.
Oh, do you think she could shoot her OnlyFans in the prison?
She might try. Think about this. If she ever actually gets out, what opportunities are there for her? Nothing at her age.
Yeah. Sorry, stop that.
Never be able to do anything again.
I agree. I hate to say this, but I would not be surprised if, you know what? We'll talk about it on the show. Oh, God. The clothesline by Sullivan. Frickin' Benoit jumps out like a jackrabbit. And good God. He keeps kicking him in the balls. I'm just telling you right now. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. With all due respect, can Kevin Sullivan do anything besides punch, kick, and the trio well?
Not really. No, that's about all I really remember.
Yeah.
The prison will be spending 17 years in her. Rumor has it Dom is sending out his prison gang wherever she's at to go pay her a visit because he doesn't approve of her shit and the things that she's done.
Apparently, Dom's threatening some people because they keep stealing his fruit cups.
You don't want to do that, buddy. No. Steal his fruit cup or his Jello cup. It's over for you.
Oh,
we're going to be talking about John Stamos' song Forever, and I'll be glued in. Forever. God, those cheesy days of 90s TV. There always will be bars when she's got nothing to worry about.
Oh,
Seth told the crowd, CM Punk, to get his name out of their system, that he's just a waste and a hypocrite.
Yeah.
They're setting that one up.
I think, honestly, that it's going to be a great feud.
I think it is, too.
I got to go. They're so.
They got a lot of the marks believing it's legit.
It's not.
I'm sure they had a little bit of a beef back and forth through the years and whatever, but these two are playing this up for the camera. They're having fun with it. Benoit is biting the ear. He's doing his best Mike Tyson impression right here.
Mike Tyson.
I ain't doing a Mike Tyson impression.
Mike Tyson.
Fucker will come back and get you.
He will.
Did you ever hear the Jamie Foxx story about when he was on stand-up and he was doing impersonations?
No. What?
So he did like a really big Mike Tyson impersonation. It's one of the things that got him noticed by people was he was good at doing impressions, and he did a great Mike Tyson impression. So he was doing a big set at a Hollywood club or whatever, some comedy club in LA, I think it was.
Yeah.
And he started doing his Mike Tyson impersonation, and guess who was in the audience?
Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, God.
And got up on the stage. You'd have to watch the clip just to get it all accurately, but it's a hilarious thing that he's randomly in there and he's doing an impersonation of him.
So was Mike pissed off?
No. He fucked with him a little bit. But nah, he knows it's in good taste. It's just a joke.
No offense, Mike is somebody I would not want to fuck with.
No, thank you. You steal Dom's fruit cups and you're stuck watching Kevin Sullivan promos on Benoit. That's worse than solitary confinement right there.
Good God. Okay, so would you rather be stuck watching Sullivan promos on Benoit, or would you rather be stuck watching Ric Flair promos with Mean Gene at this time?
Wow.
Just saying.
Got to breathe in and the mic on that one. Wow.
Yes.
That's like asking me if I want to get a lobotomy.
Oh.
Or if I want to go get colonoscopies every day. Which do you choose? That's a hard choice because either way it's going to be painful.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'd rather get like the rest of like my teeth pulled out for like my dentures than
there you go.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to go with Flair if I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna probably have to go with Flair.
I gotcha.
I'd rather be stuck watching Flair promos with Mean Gene.
Gene.
At least you knew if Gene was gonna be in there was gonna be something entertaining that was gonna come out of that interview at some point eventually.
Yeah, true.
You know, Gene always played it up perfect. A Sullivan promo would put you to sleep.
It would. Benoit.
It'd put you to sleep. The Dungeon of Doom is the worst time frame in WCW history, in my point of view.
Would you say that they're the worst stable in the history of WCW?
Oh, they're right up there, Chris. They were awful. And you want to talk about this feud going on forever? The Dungeon of Doom and Hogan shit went on forever. And it was awful.
So yeah, they had like 28 members fighting Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, and they still couldn't beat them.
They'd bring some new jobber in every other month, you know, to come in and be a part of the Dungeon of Doom and be the next contender for Hogan. For Christ's sakes, the Butcher, Brutus Beefcake, got a main event at Starrcade one year versus Hogan.
Oh, that's not favoritism at all.
No, that's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Sullivan is laying into Benoit on some of those punches.
Z Gangsta, I would love to see make a return. Zeus, yes.
Zeus is always over in my book for what he did to that whiny little bitch, Randy.
Randy. Oh, yeah, I agree.
Randy, that guy deserved what he got from Zeus.
I agree.
Rip says the worms are too good for you. Rip says the maggots are too good for you. Jackass.
See, look. Did you see the Tree of Woe?
Yep. He doesn't have many more moves other than that. The Dungeon of Doom hung on forever and yet made no impact. I up the stakes, take an hour of Sullivan promos or an iron match with Glacier and the Yeti. Wow.
I'll do Glacier and the Yeti.
Yeah, I'm going with Glacier and the Yeti too. That shit's going to be fun.
The Yeti.
The Yeti. The Yeti is going to try to dry hump Glacier for the entire match, and Glacier's going to escape and throw awful super kicks at him.
That's what I'm talking about.
Zeus would have been money had they brought Brella in with him. Brella would have brought the Bucks in there.
Seriously, why didn't they bring that actor in with him?
I really do wonder, because Kurt Fuller is spectacular. Look at Jackie just nailed Sullivan right over the dome with that wooden chair.
Good God.
She had enough of his abuse the last few months.
Miss Jackie.
Now Jimmy's going after Jackie, saying, "What the hell, Jimmy? Stay away, okay? This chick could beat up probably 98% of that locker room, legitly. Stay away." Headbutt to Sullivan by Benoit off the top rope. Is this it? 1, 2, 3. Chris, we never have to see this match ever again.
Whew, thank you, Jesus.
Chris, flash up our 4 horsemen signs just for this right here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Benoit, for ending this. Thank you.
I'm about to cry.
With a tear in my eye. I'm going to say it. God, it's over.
Thank you, God. I think this is done, so Sullivan, he could go backstage.
Indeed. Greg and Smokey versus Zeus and the Big Worm. Thank God it's over. It has caused too many sleepless nights.
It has.
It's like an end of an era, Chris.
It is.
I feel like we're ending the show here in some way because we've been covering this since the beginning.
Well, sometimes doors that are being shut lead to others being open.
Sullivan's career ended, and a part of our show is now ended too.
Part of our show has died.
It has.
It's
a very meaningless part, but it's died.
Yeah. So like, we can resuscitate it later, and we can watch it over and over.
No,
okay.
I'm good. I've seen enough.
Yeah.
I only have so many years left on this earth, and I never want to endure that ever again.
Remember, we got about 3.5 years of WCW stuff. Left.
And with the rate that we go, doing it every other week, to sometimes every 3 weeks with pay-per-views, that shit's going to be going on for the next decade.
There, works for me. We got plenty of content.
We ain't going anywhere, no matter what.
No,
as long as this shit's out there, we got content for the next fucking decade.
Oh yeah, we do.
It takes at least to get through them all, through the rest of it, through the remaining. It would take at least 7 to 8 years to do.
It would.
At the rate we go. So we'll be doing it for a long time. Well, that's going to wrap up the show for tonight. We're going to leave it off right there and move on next week to doing something different. Let's see a couple of quick things here. Daniel says we bring in Revlin Slick to throw the eulogy for this feud. Very apropos. I would think that's good. What do you feel about the rivalry of Benoit and Raven? I don't remember it much. Do you?
I don't really, but I think it starts soon. So I'm excited to see how that goes. But I do know that, which I do talk shit about Raven, but like the God honest truth is that he was a really good talent. He was really good in the ring, and he had a great character. So, and his stuff in World Championship Wrestling was really good. So I'm excited to see where things go from here, man. Like Nitro, it's going to be like a rebirth. No Kevin Sullivan.
Indeed.
I can't wait.
And he says, and Natty is on Raw. Good Lord, the pain continues.
Oh,
nothing happened in Natty Night Art. All right, Chris. So that's going to take us out for the rest of the night tonight. We are going to wrap up with that, my friend. And we hope everybody had a good time with us. We'll be back. We'll finish part 2 next week of Bash the Beach, and we'll close it out with that next week. And any closing thoughts before we get off the air tonight?
From the bottom of my heart, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your love. Thank you so much for your support. We are out. We are almost at 2,100 followers, baby, if you will. Remember, we are for fans, by fans. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you so much for your continued support. Make sure to subscribe, if you will. Facebook. Do the YouTube at Retro Wrestling Revival. We've been slacking on this one, but what's the other one that we have?
Retro Wrestling REV on TikTok?
Yeah. Retro Wrestling Rev on TikTok. Make sure to subscribe to that. And make sure that if you have an opinion, if you have a request, or you just want to talk wrestling, you can reach out to us on all those platforms, and we'll gladly respond back to you guys. So thank you so much. I love you guys, and have a blessed night.
Yeah, absolutely. Good night, Jeremy. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Daniel, as always, thanks for stopping by. Anybody else that's come through tonight or checking us out later, we appreciate it. Come back this weekend. We got a lot of great content. We're going to talk a lot of modern wrestling this weekend on the show. And we're going to start our Starrcade series to close out the year, where we're going to be looking at different Starrcade matches. So come check us out Saturday and Sunday nights, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. on WDJY. We post the links up on our Facebook so you can get it. And we're there every Saturday and Sunday night from 9 to 10. So for Chris, I'm John. We will be back live here on the channel next Monday. So we'll see you then. And hopefully you check out the radio show this weekend, folks. Thank you once again. for watching the Retro Wrestling Revival. We'll see you all again soon.
Oh, hell yeah.